Progress Racing. Daggy Beaver with you for a Christmas Eve preview, looking at Randwick and the Valley today, Beaver. 'Tis the season, eh?
'Tis the season to be jolly. Hope we can make everyone a little bit jollier.
Cool. You just look ecstatic to be here. It's good. Good to decide to do this week. It's
it's all good, mates.
What are we doing? All right, we've got a preview going on. We'll do all the Christmas wishes later, I suppose. Let's talk about racing first. We'll kick off at Randwick, where the rail moves out to the 9 metre mark. Don't really see it out there. It was soft last night. I think it's going to be a good track. Beautiful day in Sydney today. I don't know, maybe a little bit on pace-ish, maybe outside fence. We'll see. A little bit unsure, so we'll see how it all pans out. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I was a little bit the same as you, a little bit unsure, so I just tried to find what I thought was the best horse or the horse in form, and hope that the track pans out, that it's fair and gives everyone a good shot.
Let's see how we go. We kick off with the babies over the 1100 metres, and plenty of spruik horses stepping out in this race. Very interesting, probably the most interesting race in the day, actually, as they head towards the Magic Millions. But we've got a couple of impressive first start winners clashing here. Beaver, who do you like?
Yeah, I went for the Snowden Emperor of Japan with McDonald aboard. I thought it was the most impressive of them all. Had the one start in the Breeders' Plate, won very well, has trialled up nicely for this, and I think it might just have the class edge.
I'm going to go the other way, and only because, and I might be making this up a little bit, but is there a concern there's been no form out of that race at one? Trapeze Artist couldn't get to the bend on Wednesday, and Mac 10 was a bit the same at Wyong, so I felt a little bit icky. It did win the race, so not to say I'm really necessarily knocking it, I'm going to go the other way and go with Platinum Jubilee. It was very impressive on debut, but we're going to know a lot more afterwards, I suppose. Cool.
Yeah, right. I just prefer the Snowden trained over the Waterhouse, purely because Snowden seems to get these 2-year-olds up and going, and
J-Mac helps.
That's what got on top. And J-Mac helps.
Oh, good. No worries at all. 1800 metre benchmark 78 comes up next. What are you doing here in this? I've just noticed the Queensland horse is favourite. Yeah, what are you doing here? Yeah, really tough race here. Didn't really know which way to go. I've gone for Touristic again from the Snowden stable. I just thought form overseas was okay, then came here, tried okay, and then didn't do a lot in its first start here, but that was over this unsuitable 1500, so it'll have derived a lot of benefit from that, I think, and was only 2 lengths off Danish Prince, so I think it can improve here and got it on top. No, cool. I was a bit surprised at the price, but from the looks of it, they've backed...
Too short, or you thought it was good?
No, too short, but not knocking it necessarily. I end up going with the 2 down the bottom here. Timpanist did break through well at Kenzo for a big win there. Am I really excited to be diving this race? Not really, but it's an each-way price from... who do I have as the danger? Look, Deficit needs to probably do something else. Been unlucky the last couple of times out. Gets Mellum. Around the $5 mark might be the saver there, but not a race I'm overly keen on in race 3. Race 2. Race 3 is the mile benchmark 72, where we see a good horse come to town here, I think, in Osbred Flirt. Has put a couple of big spaces on fields at Kembla, and it looks like the right time to come here. Gets close to control of this race, not a lot of pace underneath it, and we might see a nice daughter of Maurice step out here. Pretty keen on it. From Estado Mastella, who, as we discussed last week when it was scratched, was given none last start and now gets J-Mac. They're the two. They're the only two I would even entertain in this race. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to stick with Estadio Mastella. No reason to hop off. I know it's last start, but there was excuses for that. The other horse has been impressive, but it has only been in pretty low benchmark races at Kembla Grange. So I'll take it on and go for Estadio Mastella to get over the top of it.
Beautiful. Race 4 is the 1100 metre highway on the card, a Class 3. Salieri gets J-Mac, Beaver.
Yes.
Is that where you're going?
A difference there. No, it's not. I'm going to stick with Penthouse. I tipped it last start. it jumped to the front, led and won. It gets the 2 kilo claim here. It's got gate 15, so I think it will have to come across and take up the running again. Extra 100, so it does have to see that out. But I thought it was going well enough on the line to run another bold race here, and I think it will have been a little bit fitter this time in.
Cool. Yeah, not a highway man, as viewers would know. So we'll get to race 5, 2,000 metres, benchmark 72. We're keen to play a couple at odds here. I think Prince Aurelius is going pretty well. It was only just nabbed late last time out, last 2 times out. Gets probably a softer setup here and a drop in grade. So I think it's going to give you a nice side around the $9 mark. I went away from Media Starguest from the inside gate, so I had the Main Dangerous Loving Silla, who's going away in this, going all right in this sort of grade, again around $9. I'm going to play each of those, 6 and 10 for me. Beaver, what were your thoughts here?
Yeah, I left this one alone. None of these took my fancy, and none of them win very often. So leave the punters to follow you on this one, mate.
Alrighty. Race 6, 2,400 metre benchmark 78. Anything catch your eye here?
Yeah, I've gone for the number 5, Wanga Wonder. Thought it was pretty good the last 3 starts and finished off nicely last time out. Chased hard enough, and I think on the line was going as good as anything. I think the 2,400 will suit, and this is a pretty weak affair with not a lot of form around a lot of these stayers. So I think it can run well. It runs the 2,400 in the finish.
I've gone with the Waterhouse one from the outside gate, King of Clubs. Nice resumption behind Zoom On. Bounces to the front, another Josh Parr, and in a staying race with, a bunch of old stayers, at least it's going to be in front of most of them. Agree with what you said about Wanga Wonder, and I think the other Wonder can run well as well. Awesome Wonder's going okay if we're looking, but then we're getting back to midweek discussion, so maybe the 1 and the 5 are better than that. But yeah, that's why I've looked at this. The quaddie kicks off with a benchmark 88 over the mile, where I struggled a little bit here. No, I didn't. Democracy Manifest will win again. That's what I did. It's even money. Black Sails come out. It's going to be the horse to beat. J-Max Sticks. From Jojo was a man who was better last time. He was used up a lot to get to the lead there, and I thought stuck on pretty well around the $8 mark. I think they're the only couple. I'll think about whether I throw Mar and Pa into a quaddie as well. But yeah. The Democracy Manifest, the horse to beat.
Yeah, I'm on the Manifest as well. I thought it's been ultra consistent, and we saw the real Manifest last start let down nicely. That was a pretty impressive win, I thought, from finish off. So as long as there's a little bit of pace on here from gate 2, can just get the right run, pull out, and be winning this in what it looks to be a pretty average affair. You're right, Jojo was a man, could be the improver.
Excellent. Race 8, 1,200 metres, benchmark 78. What's caught your eye?
Yeah, there was a couple here that caught my eye. Firstly, Kia Royale. I think it's probably the best horse in the race, but it's got to carry the 59.5 kilos here. Resumed very well. That was a really nice run at Randwick when it resumed. Up in weight on that one, but it does have J-Max, so that does help and negate a bit of that. So I had it on top, Main Danger being the other Waller horse, Vienna Princess. It was a nice win. Back at
Caulfield.
Yeah, in a listed race. Thought that was good, finished off nicely, and similarly, if there's pace on here, it could run well.
I agree with you that I think Kia Royale is the best horse. I thought the resumption was very nice. Unbeaten second up and gets J-Max, so pretty keen. It's easily the horse to beat here. The couple others at odds, Star Beretta just was given none first time. Last time out, now gets Reagan Bayless. Swooper's Gate going to be run better than $23. And the other one at Being Dollar Baby was the other one outside, a bit outside the market. That was a nice resumption there. Perhaps can run to a place as well, but Kia Royale, a horse to beat for me as well. The 9th is a benchmark 78 over 1,400 metres. I'm pretty keen here, and I'm keen on the price. Kanazawa, it's its race. This is a midweek race. Probably needs to perform and actually get past the post first for me for once, but this is the absolute right race for it, and I've just talked myself into it being probably the best on the card, so I'm not going to say much more. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely a major player in this race, and certainly good enough price to back. I'm just, my patience is run thin a little
Yeah.
bit with Kanazawa, but you're right, this race does set up the best for it in a while, and it is third up, so if it's going to be winning, it should be this. But I've gone St. Katowitz on top. I like the fact that it's come from Melbourne up here from the Mar Eustace stable, won first up, and that was a good win against decent company. I think he can run well again, and it ran some really nice races when last in work. So not the worst horse in this race, and can run well.
And we're going to wrap up the day with benchmark 78 over the 1,200 metres. How are you coming home?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the resuming Kalino.
Yep.
It's a horse that I do like, and when it was last in work, it was winning better races than this. 1,200 is probably not ideal, but hopefully they're finishing on, and there's plenty of pace on in this. And if there's any chinks in any of these armours, this horse will be coming home over the top of them. J Max on board's a good line in here, and I've got it on top.
Yeah, I thought it stood out in this race. I was the same as you. I was pretty keen. The trial was nice. J Mac, who apparently is going to ride 7 or 8 winners tomorrow for us, but it's a great each way price
possible
here. Absolutely possible. And the only concern is only had the one win at the track, but he's ready to go in this race. Suits. Look, I went looking for Ringmaster. Could have found more in the trials, which won't blow away. And obviously, Iona Moyok, as the form around it stood up, and it'll be on pace, and the one they'll get past. But yeah, Kalino, right race. I agree. The Randwick Quaddie. Let's see what I can find here. We'll go 2 Jojo Was a Man, 6 Democracy Manifest, 8 Mar and Par, into 2 Cur Royale, 4 Pretty Wild, 7 Star Beretta, 11 Kawahati, and 14 Sunshine in Paris, who we didn't even talk about, did we? But I guess we're both against it. The third leg, 3 Santa Katowitz, 9 Kanazawa, 11 Robusto, 12 Green Shadows, and home with 7 Kalino, 9 Devil's Throat, 11 Ringmaster, and 13 Iona Merck. Do you have a best and value for progretracing.com.au? And now you can tell us with the mute button off.
Yes, sorry. Background noise here. I had the mute on.
That's right.
Apologies.
Very responsible.
Don't want to upset the punters. Race 7, number 6, Democracy Manifest, is my on-topper. And there's a number of tips I had all day around the $5, $6 mark. My best of those is race 10, number 7, Kalino.
Lovely. I'm going to make my best race 9, number 9, Kanazawa, and the value race 5, number 6, Prince Aurelius. Moonee Valley's in action tomorrow as well, with Saturday racing there, with the rail going to the 2 metre mark, if my iPad wants to refresh. And we're kicking off again with the babies over 1,200 metres on a good track. Beaver, anything you want to start the day with?
Yeah, not a lot here. Really going a little bit on speculation here. If I had to pick one on top, number 5, Jewel de Croc from the Buston and Young stable. Thought it might be the best of the first starters, but tough one.
Actually, I had it on top again. This is more for the sake of a tip, but I like the turn of foot it showed in all of its trials. Chill the Krug, I think, might be a nice horse, but everyone here's jumped out pretty well. Amur might need a bit more than 1,200 metres, but once it got into stride, and those trials looked a nice horse too. Blue colours maybe not going as well as they had been, is maybe a concern across that stable, but we'll watch and learn mainly from that race. Second is a 1,500 metre benchmark 70, where I'm going to stick with the last start winner, Forbidden City. Big sustained run there at Sandown. It's got to now do it at the Valley, but comes to the right race, and when they get through the line like that, I'm going to stick solid. From Vasilio, who was stuck outside lead last time and run well enough. Obviously, Bubbly Lass is a chance if the fence is the place to be, but 4 from 3 for me, Beaver.
Yeah, same for me. Really like Forbidden City in this. Both runs he's prepping have been very good, and as you said, chased really hard last start, and that horse that it beat and ran down subsequently come out and won next start. So I think it's a good form line for this. Clear on top for me.
Awesome. Yeah, good point. I should have mentioned that. The third is a 1,000 metre benchmark 78, where Inundation's been backed already. Is that the way you're playing?
I am going to forgive its last start. things just didn't seem to go right for it there. I do have healthy respect for number 8, Red Card. I think it's a good horse as well. I'm just thinking Inundation could be the speedy one that gets across here and leads, and at the Valley may just be a little bit too nippy over the 1,000. So I've got it on top, just ahead of Red Card.
Look, I'm sure it's probably the best horse. I'm actually going to take it on just because I'm a bit concerned Jamie Carr might do what she tends to do, and that's sit right outside lead and burn it. So I'm going to stick with Red Card. It should find a fence, I think. It has one here. It's flying, but I don't think Blake will hand up, and Inundation will sit there outside lead and retire, and Red Card will win. So I am going to play that way. If it might come out and win by 5 lengths, and I'll be wrong, but wouldn't be the first time. But yeah, going against a favourite here, just something to do before we get to Christmas. 1,000-metre benchmark 70 is up next, though, where I'm not going against the favourite so much. I think Doucet is going to run really well here. I think, we get the line through Red Card the race before. We get to see how that pans out. But the only defeat this prep was sitting outside lead to Red Card, and now gets a bit of a nicer run. Clear on top from the stablemate, who's a danger. Pink Cashmere looks a nice horse. Has to come from the Syntho there, but has some talent. What do you think here?
Yeah, I'm thinking the same as you. I think the stable's got it between them, but I just think Doucet is up and going, and as we said, ran a really nice race when it had to chase a pretty good horse last sight, sitting outside it. I think Red Card would be probably short price favourite in this, so I got it on top as well. It's question mark on the other stable horse.
Yeah, the bottom one there jumped out quite well as well for the early quarters here. Rich Fortune. The 5th, a 2,400 metre benchmark 84 as the Crows start to circle at Beaver's place. What are you doing here?
Yeah, look, bit of an awful race here. Not sure what to do. Right, you are won well last start, but doesn't win often. I've gone for the nephew from Paddy Payne stable. I just thought it's working into its preparation here nicely. Gets out now to the 2,000, which will suit. Was only narrowly beaten last start by Aaron Bay, which I think has got a little bit of ability. In nicely with 55, can go back here and make a sweeping run and hopefully power over him.
Yeah, I struggled a little bit with this race as well. I've ended up with Right You Are on top, but it was a nice sustained run there to win. The form it wasn't winning, but the form around it looks all right now with likes of St. Bathans and Carlisle. But needs to do it again. If the fence is on here, Vegas Knight's the obvious tip. We'll know by this time of the day. And I thought the sneaky one here is Pesto down from Sydney onto the dry, and just had a tick around there behind Nugget where it snuck along the inside and picked off a few late. Might be going off a run early, but could be a nice chance in a weekish sort of midweek race here. The 6 is again over the 2040, this time a 64, where I look. This does again look like Pitcher Nunn's race. But he has to win one. But this is, I've said it a few times, this sets up perfectly. It's going to be on pace. It's going to be bobbing along there, and there shouldn't be too many chases here. But I've said that the last 3 starts, it's got beat each of them. So do I want to chime in? No. Do I have it on top? Yes. From Freedom Escape, who gets a quick backup. Did not a lot last time, but was fancied in the market there. Inside gate might be able to sit a bit closer, but bit of a yuck setup here, or yuck race, I should say, Beaver.
Yeah, I thought the same as you. It is a bit of a yuck race, but I did, when I analysed it, I came up with the same conclusion as you. I thought Pitcher Nunn might just sit there, bob along, might even lead, which will make it hard to catch at the Valley. We know he's dour, and we know it's, can run the distance. So I think it's probably got to have it on top, but I thought Freedom Escape could improve on last start. Just put a line through that. Prior to that was pretty good. Around the $8.50, certainly a saver there. Great
minds, as they say. Race 7, the mile benchmark 70 is up next. A bit keener here. Riverplate has come back well. Gets great run here up on the pace. 10 more going on is no issue for me. And clearly the horse to beat from Netanyahu, who's going to sit probably outside it as has the last 2 starts and be brave again around the $11 mark. They're the 2 for me here, Beaver.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good bet here as well. I think it jumps and runs here. It's going to be super hard to beat, suited by the Valley, and was strong last start when pressured. So I think all in all, we said this horse would come to town, and I think it will come to town and win here.
Lovely. Race 8 is the staying contest, 2,500 metre benchmark, 78. Keen on anything here?
Tricky little affair. I went for the 12, Wahine Toa. Thought it's going well, this preparation. Third up here, 2,500, just building into its work nicely. It was a good run here last start, stuck on really, really well. And last time in, ran some nice races. So I think it can continue to improve, and it's in the right stable, gets a bit of a claim. So in with a lightweight, good value, it on top.
Beautiful. I'm going to give Kotuku another chance, just bobbing along up on pace there. We'll give you a definite side at the each way price from Mvita, who classic Pat Carey didn't really do a lot till it got out to a distance, and then won by 10 lengths. Now comes to town, and might be the up and comer. Agree. Wahine Toa is the other one to mention there. The 9th, 1,200 metre benchmark, 70. Tricky way to finish the day. I might be several beers deep by this time, so we'll see how we go. Not that keen. I'm going to maybe spec the two EJ runners in this, Blood Oath and Vongole. Blood Oath jumped out quite well, and Vongole did the same off a long break. Was okay first up, and I think a talented horse, but not a particularly exciting race for me to finish off. What about yourself?
Yeah, pretty awful race to finish off the day, actually. I've gone for number 10, Sham I Am.
Cool.
Thought it could run well from the inside gate. It's got a good first up record, and has gone okay on this track and distance in the past. So I think it can hopefully speed out, maybe even take up the running here. And if it does, hopefully just keeps bobbing along, and win is too good for him.
Cool. Do you want to give us the Christmas Eve quaddie at the Valley?
Christmas Eve quaddie at the Valley. Here we go. In the first leg, which looks to be quite a tricky race, I've gone number 4, Monta May Is, number 5, Let's See, number 7, Freedom Escape, number 12, Ancient Egypt, and number 13, Picture None. In the next leg, a little bit skinnier here, I've gone number 3, Netanyahu, number 8, Rhinoceros, number 9, Too Good for Turak, number 5, Riverplate. In the next leg, I have gone number 1, Botti, number 7, Katauka, number 12, Wahine Toa, number 14, Mavita. And to finish the day in what looks to be a pretty tricky race, I have gone number 1, Blood Oath, number 4, Magnum Bullet, number 10, Sham I Am, number 14, Social Conscious, and number 5, Come Along Jeffrey.
Beauty. What's your best in value?
My value is race 9, number 10, Sham I Am. I think it can be winning, and my best is race 2, number 4, Forbidden City.
I'm going to make my best race 7, number 5, Riverplate, on a tricky card to really want to stamp anything. And my value, let's go with race 5, number 4, Pesto. There you go, something different. What do we got in Queensland?
Yeah, got a few up in Queensland. Hopefully some winners up here for the punters. Race 5, number 6, Miss Kuta. I think it'll be hard to beat. Race 6, number 3, Petronius. Race 8, number 4, Shooting for Gold. And race 9, number 1, Aranti.
That's a good little race, the 8th, isn't it?
It's a great little race.
Yeah, as we head towards Magics. That's it for Show Us Your Tips. I want to wish everyone a happy Christmas out there, Beaver. Thanks to everyone that supported us over the last couple of years, especially last year. Thanks to Progrit Racing for supporting us along that time. Dean and Nia and all the team there. Merry Christmas, guys. Stay safe. We're going to have a little break. We'll have midweek off next week, Beaver, because I can't be bothered. And we're back to look at New Year's Eve racing next Friday sometime. Stay safe, guys. Merry Christmas. Anything you want to add, Beaver?
No, just warm wishes to everyone out there. Eat lots, drink lots, be merry, and have Santa's kind to you.
Good stuff. Take care, guys.